Pero ¿por qué yo me metí a la universidad y no conté esa historia?
No era esa, era de Bianca Casablanca. Your story came from because of the celebrity that you made me into.
That was a horrible university year. That's all I remember.
But I was a celebrity.
And you didn't back me up.
I couldn't. You made me into this like Erykah Badu.
So what happened was I was like in this poetry class. And I've always loved poetry, but I'm always like a little hermit crab. So I don't want anybody to know that it's me that did the poetry. So they would, you know, the assignment was that you had to like,
assignment.
The assignment always was that you had to recite poetry from your favorite poets. And I don't know why I decided to say my own poetry.
You forgot to do your assignment.
I forgot to do my assignment.
You forgot to do your assignment.
And then I decided to like spit my own shit.
Yeah.
And
but not claim it as your own.
Not claim it as my own. I couldn't claim it as my own.
Yeah.
Because it had to be somebody else's work.
And
so the people went insane. So then the next week, the same thing happened.
No, they were like, who wrote that?
So then like, I confessed. And then at the time, he wanted to move to Florida. Yeah. So they wanted her to come like to the university.
So you read your poem and everyone's like, what? Wow, who wrote that? And it couldn't be you. So you were like, oh, my sister wrote it. They're like, what's her name? You were like, Bianca Casablanca. Like, oh my God, of course she's a poet. Like, who is she?
With that name.
Yeah. But so then the next, and then it just like, this was like,
no, but then it spiraled out of control.
So the next week you go back, I think you recite something else.
Yeah. And then they were like, how did she get her name? Yeah. And then I freaking made that name off the cuff. Yeah. I mean, the story.
Yeah.
So then every other week it was like more poetry, and like there were specific people in the class that were like, they couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah. Like,
so
who
then
is she?
The professor wound up coming and was like, you know, I know that's your sister, but we really would like for her to come and recite. So then I was like, you know, she lives in Florida. You know, she's like into this whole vibe right now.
Yeah,
she's
I was like this boho.
She was like my alter ego, but really she did exist.
Not in the way that you presented me.
Not the way. So then what happened was in the class, one of the guys that was in the class, he worked like for some publishing company or something. And then he was like, I need your sister to get in here. We need to talk about maybe publishing more of the book. And then like at that point, I was like, this shit is getting serious. I need to call Blanca, because if it's about publishing a book, so like a book on poetry. So they just wanted to like test her out and see who she was. La llamo, and I'm like,
no, it was
she already knew about what was going on.
Yeah, every day at work we would freaking talk about this person that I like. What did I do today? Like, where am I now?
But
you were
then
trying to convince me for weeks.
Then I was like, Bianca, you gotta come now. Like, this is the time.
Yeah, you were trying to convince me for weeks. I did not do that.
I know, like, I like begged you. Like, I was like, Blanca, just fucking pretend you got the poems. Just like spit that shit. Like, we practice it. And like, they in. And she didn't do it.
I couldn't. I was gonna ruin it for you. I was gonna completely ruin it for you. Yeah.
And everybody's like, every week they couldn't get enough of it.
I know.
I wonder where I have all the. Well, I did find some of those poems the other day, because I went back to my house in the Bronx, and I decided to take the book with me. Well, one of the books, actually, that book is like, I think after that, I don't remember. Pero me puse a leer esos poemas, and I was like, oh my God, let me put this book away. Nobody can see this.
I think I have a few.
Oh God.
I think I do. I have a few. I have a few of yours.
I'm like, you know when you die and people like read your shit? Like, I gotta get rid of that book. And it's in mommy's house right now. I gotta get that shit out. I thought I was taking like a piece of memories. de Villa, Nueva York. And I'm like, oh my God, that has to go.
And that's what you were saying was me?
I don't remember. I know there's one poem that always hits. And that poem, they couldn't get enough of it.
I think I know. Product of your environment, something like that.
I don't know.
There was one that lo tenía al palo every time. That's what the one you recited. Let's get a new one.
I did love poetry, but then I got I got shy about it because you got to keep on exposing yourself to it.
Yeah.
However, you should have came through. You should have came with your get up.
Yeah, I was gonna completely ruin it for you.
I would have came with a get up. I would have memorized.
I think you bribed me with a few things.
I did bribe you.
I think
it was a freaking publishing deal. The guy was offering.
Yeah,
and every time he saw me, he was like, no, hablaste con tu hermana. And what I would say, you remember that? Like, está en Florida.
Yeah.
Está en Florida, no quiere venir para acá. Se acaba de mudar para allá, no se quiere venir para acá.
Yeah, that was a wild semester.
That's some crazy ass shit. That was a crazy ass shit. In that class, there was a gentleman. If you're not
Oh yeah, you had it tough that year. You had it tough.
There was a gentleman that I remember that it was like music and all that. What happened was the gentleman, something was wrong with him, and he wrote a letter. I don't remember if he wrote a letter to the school.
I don't think so.
I don't remember how it went, but basically he accused 3 people.
Yeah.
Of doing inappropriate things to him.
Yeah.
And in that 3-person thing,
you were one of them.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever that happens, he goes to the school. It had turned out that he did that in another school.
Yeah.
This guy loves Akon, and he did not appreciate my poetry.
My poetry.
Your poetry. So he decides to write this letter, and he tells the school that I was inappropriate, along with 2 other, and one of them was very much older than me.
Yeah.
So they take us out of the class, and they explain to us the situation, and then they had to investigate. I'm just gonna leave it pretty broad. We weren't appropriate according to him. Couple of days later, it's April Fool's Day, and I decide to play a prank con mami. Y llamamos a mami. Y le dijimos...
No, but it was a thing. Like, they called you in. They said that...
Una investigación.
Yeah, but...
Me sacaron de la clase, tuvimos que bregar, porque obviamente si él, pues, acusa a alguien de hacer algo inapropiado, pues, hay que investigarlo. Pues ya se sabe lo que está
all you
pasando.
did was just get up and walk by him.
I didn't know. I was just in class. Yo no hice nada.
No,
yo en verdad ni lo conocía. Yo
No,
sabía, es que tenía una obsesión con Akon y me volvía loca.
Yeah, but I okay. I remember. I kind of like vaguely remember you walking out of class. I think and you walked by him, and that was his like thing.
Yeah, but anyway, llega April Fools y yo me invento de llamar a mami, que alguien llame a mami y que le diga que me están arrestando porque me cogieron en video haciendo algo inapropiado.
Yeah.
Y mami nunca dudó.
No, but you but yeah, you didn't call her.
No, I didn't call her. I think you called her.
Yeah, I called her.
But we have it on. Do we have it on tape?
I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. And I call her, and I think you must have had something else with this guy because
no, just
like,
that
she knew. No, but like
because
it
was
a problem.
Case.
Yeah,
it was a case.
So she knew.
It wasn't a problem. It was more like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Like, really?
I remember calling her. I don't even know what I told her. I think I told her you got arrested.
Yeah, you told her I got arrested. But she didn't doubt that I did something inappropriate.
She didn't doubt it.
What do they have her doing on tape? Like, what?
She definitely didn't doubt it. Yeah, she didn't.
Like, what is that about? That was funny.
That was funny.
Then we called a friend of mine that's an attorney. She was on it. She was like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Then we called Tuti.
Yeah. And everyone believed it though.
All she did was, what's up with
everyone believed it.
Everybody believed that I would like do something inappropriate to like.
Yeah.
And I remember Tuti screaming, "Get! Don't get!"
Yeah, everyone definitely believed it.
It was an April Fool's joke that really like made wrong. Me like think. Yeah, it did go wrong because mommy almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, she did.
But we've had a lot of fun as sisters, I would say. Even though we're 8 years apart, even though ha sido diferente porque el problema, no un problema. I think it's worked, our sisterhood, because you're a lot more mature than people normally your age would be.
Yeah, I kind of always have been though.
You always have been, and I've always been a lot more immature than people.
So we kind of meet right in the middle. We're right on time.
That's tweening. That's the truth though.
It is.
And it's like natural. Like I really want to grow out of it. I want to grow up being fucking immature.
No, you're
like
not.
I'm the one in the corner like you know.
Yeah, and I'm the one giving you the side eye. Like, what the fuck?
That is the honest truth. Like, I would have thought at 40 years old, 41, I would have grown out of it.
But that's you.
Like, when does it happen?
It's not. That's you.
When
it's you, and it's fun,
and
no, it's a good balance. You're not. If you do, you're not gonna be you. It's a good balance. We've always kind of like, because our sisterhood we've been blessed for it to turn into a friendship, a close friendship, you know, because you could just be sisters and that's it. You know, like I have friends that have sisters and they see each other in family functions. They talk to each other here and there.
Does that really happen?
Yeah, it does.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, unfortunately, it is. But for us, like working together, even though our parents are divorced, they both have the same values, which is family, which is put your sister first. You have your sister's back. You do what you got to do for each other. And obviously we go through our ups and downs and we don't see eye to eye, and they don't let that shit rock. You know, they're doesn't matter what it is, they always, and they have those same, well, some of their siblings, they have that same, they bring that to the table too. So, but we've been able to take our sisterhood and branch out to being friends. I think because being friends is not easy. Like, we have to be sisters. Like, we don't have an option. Like, we cannot change that. But we do have a choice whether we want to be friends or not.
Hold this shit down.
And we've done some crazy shit. No, we've done some crazy shit. But like, have the choice of being friends.
I'm just laughing
and
at
taking
the
it
crazy
and
shit,
being best friends.
Like boom, 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 boom in my brain.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot. But it's...
Remember that time in New Orleans?
No, yeah, it's crazy shit. It's crazy.
Remember that time?
But we
Remember that time on Sunday?
Which one?
This Sunday. But I'm just happy. Like, I have to say, like, a personality. Even like now, because sometimes I think I'm an extrovert only because, like, I freaking genuinely laugh at everything, but then really, when you really look at me, I'm kind of an introvert. So I kind of stay by myself.
Yeah.
And those are just learning mechanisms and defense mechanisms that I've like acquired throughout the years. But then having you around, it's made life a lot easier.
Oh yeah, I think, you know, we're sometimes as people we're misunderstood. But when you're with each other every single day and not losing that bond, you know, because it's easy to have that bond when you're down the hall. Yeah, when we have to be at work every day together. So now,
yeah, but when you leave, yo me quedo aquí con Casa Saffra. There was never a doubt. There was never a thought. I would say not a doubt, but a thought. Un pensamiento que dijera, okay, ahora yo estoy aquí sola. It was more about, ahora yo tengo que hacer esto con mi hermana. Y mi hermana tiene que hacerlo de Nueva York.
Yeah.
Por mí.
Yeah, exactly. It's always been like that. And it wasn't like kind of like a conversation like, oh, this is what we have to do and this is how it's going to be. It was just, that's what it is. And we both had like that understanding. It was like an unspoken understanding that that's what it is. But I think that also, like keeping each other first, and we have our families, we have our relationships, we have our children.
Like for people, it's not understandable. Es que yo me río. Es que son tantas instances.
Oh, there is too many.
Que como hermanas, en verdad son cómicas.
Yeah.
Son cómicas. Mira, hace poco fuimos para Disney. Tuvimos una situación en Disney donde yo literal estoy esperando un puño literal, lo estoy esperando. Una persona que trabaja en Disney. Literal. En mi mente, yo digo, si me da un puño, aquí, ¿sabes? We're gonna be good.
Okay, but let's... No. Yeah.
No, you were like, you are not giving my sister a puño. And I'm like, bring it on.
Yeah.
But that's just like, in terms of, like, that love and that fight, you know, because I would have probably been the same way like you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, Blanca, calm it down. Don't worry. Let this rock. And you're like, oh, hell no.
Told you should have gave me a sign or something, because
I thought you knew. I was like this.
No, I was ready. And whoever wanted it could have got it. But that protection, that bond, that respect, that, you know, because with the age difference, growing up, it's like, okay, this is my older sister. You kind of like have to look up to this person because they're your older sister by so many years. Now that
I could get why that might have been difficult for you, because we did grow up in different times.
We did.
And my time was a lot more aggressive. De Carolina, we were just more aggressive. So when you go to New Jersey, that attitude that I had, estamos hablando de un ambiente completamente diferente. And I never knew how to tone that one down until I got older.
With that, when we were younger, again, like I said, we don't have a choice in being sisters. No. We have to be sisters.
You were like that. Like, that's my sister. Well, no.
But so we obviously, you have the not the urge, not the obligation to protect, but you kind of, as an older sibling,
make excuses for.
You have to, but as adults, you know.
Ella es de Carolina.
But no, we were so many years apart that a lot of the situations or instances or experiences that you had, I necessarily wasn't there because I was so young. Yeah. You know, especially going to Jersey, both of our lives are uplifted, but you're obviously becoming an adult. I'm a child. So.
And I left.
And you left. And I'm, you figured out your life, and I'm figuring out mine.
I didn't figure out my life. I just knew that I couldn't be there.
But you figured out at that point in time what your life was at the moment. And so did I in my moment, which is go to school.
Yeah, you couldn't figure anything out.
But so
you didn't have a job.
I didn't. But I did. I had to watch Savi. I had to watch my brother. That was a big job. Okay?
I don't see how that could be a job. He doesn't even move.
Yeah, well, he didn't let me live my life.
But he doesn't move. You could have done anything.
I couldn't. Okay? I had to get out of school and run to go pick him up. He could have walked home. What the hell? I got to pick him up every day. But my point is but sister duties.
Poor Savi.
There were sister duties. But
I had a lot of sister duties.
For you and I think that now as adults, well, many, many years ago.
I'm about to bring my back up because I had a lot of sister duties.
Oh, I know you did.
Okay.
Who's your backup though?
I don't know. I'll make some shit up. I'll have a crew like, you better fucking say it.
No, as a sibling, especially as an older sibling, you have like the only ones that get away with those duties are the babies.
Yeah.
Are the Savis.
Well, my first duty came cooking. I'm not gonna be apologetic about this because.
But wait, before you go to all your duties, everybody knows what your duties are. Like
she couldn't cook.
Don't say that.
Everything.
Don't say that.
She burned everything.
Don't say that.
She couldn't make rice. She
don't say that.
Beans.
She can make a mean arroz con pollo. If you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you.
I've never ate her arroz con pollo. I'm so sorry. And I'm a mofongo. You can't talk about that she makes.
That shit is good.
No, thank you.
I like it, Mom. That shit is good. Okay.
I can't eat pancakes because of her. I can't eat pancakes. Dito.
She makes a good pancake.
No, thank you.
Sarah loves them. She makes a good pancake. Okay. She makes a good pancake.
Dito.
With her butter.
Love of butter. She makes heart attack pancakes.
They're good though. At the moment they
I can't say that
later on, but they're good. But even from her, you know, her mom, her
DC,
relationship with her sisters, that's something to at least we both always kind of admire and look up to, because they don't, if it's not with her sister, then she ain't doing it. Try to go somewhere for Christmas without
Am I the oldest sister? Am I Tita? Is this the sinner? I always thought you to be Tita. Only because
we had the same birthday. Like we just had the same birthday.
You also have the same personality.
No, we don't. To an extent. To an extent. But, you know, and that's something that we have to always
check yourself.
We're always gonna have that to look up to.
I thought you were gonna say like to guide you.
That too.
Even though, you know, Tita is a lot of fun.
She is. She's a lot of, I think at times more fun than DC.
Yeah, but Tita got like that when she was older. When she was younger, she was not that fun.
Yeah, but this is what we have right now. Old Tita.
Older. Don't say
older. But
she is gonna turn 70 soon. We gotta like do a nice party for her, by the way. Mm-hmm. But we have to, I think. But yeah, so they've always had each other's back, and I think from them, what I've learned is to, and for us, and what I want for my girls, being that they're sisters, obviously, is to, trust each other. I think when you, especially as your sister, and I know that mommy and Titi do too, and you and I, and what I would like to pass on is trust. You should have trusted me when I told you to go to that meeting. You would have been paid right now.
I messed up.
I think trusting each other. I think really putting effort into growing the relationship es bien importante, porque you could look back y si tú no eras una hermana y you didn't invest anything in it.
Yeah,
it was just an hermano.
But in time.
That's something to think about de los hermanos de nosotros también.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we put that much, you know, la inversión no es tanta, maybe because they're boys, maybe por la diferencia de años. I don't know.
Their personalities are a little hard to work with, but we're going to find a way. We're going to find a way.
To work with, like, es que son más tranquilos.
Yeah,
no son tan rah-rah como nosotras.
But are they? I feel like in the dark, like when we're not there, they just be going crazy.
Pues tenemos que meter en el dark con ellos. Pero,
we're not invited.
Como hermanas,
we try.
Tenemos que criar nuestros hijos juntas.
Yeah.
Tenemos que
we gotta entender los pasados.
You know what? You and I had a conversation about this a couple of years ago. En cuestión de la crianza de las dos. Han sido distintas, pero porque tu crianza fue mucho más fácil que la mía.
I wouldn't. Everyone has their struggles.
No significa que es menos de.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. And because we, again, we can't minimize our experiences
just because it was it's literally minimal.
No, in your eyes, not in mine. So in my eyes, my experiences are just as hard as yours, and there's no I may not have lived certain things that you may have, and you didn't necessarily live certain things that I may have, but that doesn't mean that any of them are less than. No. And it's understanding that and valuing that and not thinking, and not make somebody's experience less than that. Yeah.
you know, porque tú no pasaste por esto no significa que tú no sufriste igual.
Exactly. And sometimes, a lot of the times that happens.
Which is weird because we're always talking about suffering and who suffered more, who hurt more, who who cares?
Yeah, as long as but you do have to acknowledge it, I think. You know, not just diminish it. But I think, you know, trusting one another and always having that, just like knowing when to leave each other be sometimes. Knowing each other enough to say, you know what, she needs a minute, but she'll be all right.
I would say that I take that minute a lot more.
Yeah, but we're blessed to be, and again, our friendship is a choice, and it's a choice that I would make over and over again.
Oh, that's so sweet. I can't say the same.
Whatever, you can't live without me. You don't have a choice. I'm your sister for life.
I don't got other friends.
For life, it's me and you.
No, it's been really sweet, and I hope that, you know.
And now that we're mothers, you know, our kids, you know, before everyone else came about, Sahara was mine, just
my
like
oldest
she
kid.
was yours.
What? Oh, yeah.
You know, Sahara.
Yes, she prefers you more than me.
She does. Yes. Even though she told me today, don't sleep in my bed. But
she does prefer you.
And
that's on this. I would prefer you too.
I know. No, but you know, we've been through a lot of.
She prefers you because of the fashion and the hair, and you know.
You don't gotta make excuses.
And I like to go to work. Like, get up, let's go to work.
No, but she you know, we've been through a lot of experiences together in terms of life. You know, we besides working, besides being mothers, going out, partying, shopping, you know, vacations with kids, no kids. You know, we choose to be as close as we are.
Yeah.
And
I think that now that you said Sahara, I always knew that I would have 2 daughters and a son. And
you have 1 daughter and 2 sons.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying I always knew that I would have that.
Yeah.
And then when life dealt me 2 sons and a daughter, I always felt like a little bit of emptiness. I mean, obviously I love my sons, but only because I always wanted my daughter to have that relationship with her sister, with a sister.
Yeah.
You know, now I gotta find a sister for her.
She has 2 sisters.
Yeah, but it's when you have a sister
closer,
from your mom and your dad.
Where else are you gonna find them?
Oh, she has 2 brothers.
I know. We said you got. What do you? Wait, contact.
I always wanted Sahara to have another sister.
Uh-huh.
She has 2 brothers.
I know.
So it's always gonna be a little bit empty because I always wanted my daughter to have that.
So just have another
feeling.
thing.
Hell no. You must be out of your mind. No.
Well, if you're not gonna do that, then she has no choice but to have it with Indy and Zoe.
Of course. But when you have a sister from your mom and your dad, it's something else.
It is, but so we gotta work with what we got.
Yeah, we gotta do what we got. That's what I got.
Like
what
I
told
her. They're her cousin sisters.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Prima hermana. Like,
yeah,
this is what it is.
So,
sorry.
Yeah, and she's gotten. You know, it was an adjustment for her too. She got
She's still going through it.
She is, but she's gotten a lot better. Yeah, she's gotten a lot better.
But it is, you know, we're not in control.
Yeah.
This is.
But it's me and you for life.
That's it. He tried to have more. Okay, my boys.
Yep, for a reason.
Está bien.